me see what I got now. Just a bunch of ideas. That actually might work. It's kind of cheeky, but I think that'll fit. So I think the chord progression. Well, I got two ideas because I think I might double track that where it's like a. Oh, let me do fingerstyle. Hold on. I think that's gonna be the turnaround. That's definitely gonna be it. That sounds so much better. Let me also turn off Drive. So it'll be something like yeah, I think so too. But so I think I'm gonna have two things going on. There's gonna be one that's like. Let me see. And maybe a lead on top of it, like. I don't know, just a little improv. Alright, I'm gonna start building this out in Ableton. Let me hear what I got recorded again real quick. here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna insert new audio track. Well, I gotta practice this transition. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm on a tornado watch, so I have to keep my eye open. It is getting dark outside. That might be kind of cool. Let me hear it. What if it was all like one continuous stream? Like. Let me get some delay going. Hold on. Effects. Let's get delay. Ah, what were we thinking of? Good. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Or do I like? That's those are some fun chord shapes. What's up, Boston? You okay, buddy? You a little anxious? I know. What? You want to say hello? Come here, Boston. Come on, up. Come here. You gonna say hello or you gonna be shy? Come on. He's a little shy, but this is Boston. You scared of bad weather, huh? You woke us up at like 3:30 in the morning to let us know it's about to get real bad, Dad. Real bad. I think it was shaking. All my dogs. I had to me and my wife. We double team cuddling them all. Dude, these are my children. I know, for my other people who love dogs, you understand this. I was literally, I was literally cuddled with Boston and his sister Annie in the bathroom. I put their bed thing in there. We were all cuddled and they were shaking. And all of a sudden they stopped, and I was like, "This is what we do." What do you think, Boston? Boston boy dog. What do you think? You okay? I'll play you some chill music. Hey, about our conversation we were talking about, I'll kind of give you the rundown just so I can give my brain a break from this before I record some more ideas. The thing that really unlocked, for reference for the other people watching, Preston and I, we were talking about how do I think about chords and how I kind of learn them. This is kind of the methodology that I did to start off. First thing I did was I just learned all the major and minor stuff in a given key. So I specifically focus on sevenths. So you'll hear a lot of jazz chords. I do a lot of sevenths, ninths, and 11ths. So if we were to start with sevenths, the first chord, if I start in C, C is a good college chord, and you'll see when you go to Full Sail, it's the college key because you learn all your theory in C because it's just easier. It's all white keys on the keyboard. So your first key or your first thing is C major, and you can approach this two different ways. You can learn chord shapes, but really what I did is I learned scales. And I learned scales string by string, so I went C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And I did that for each string. Then what I started doing is I started lumping together arpeggios. So I would say, oh, C major. And then I said, okay, well, what happens if I just take, this is kind of how I think about chords. I'll take my arpeggio shape. You can extend it. So I'm okay, what happens if I just take random arpeggios and from each string? Then I learned C majors here. This is technically, that's how I thought about it first, and then I analyzed what it was second. So this is technically a C major 7, no 5. This is just a C major 7, but there's no 3 in it. So this doesn't really give you a lot of data, because the 5 in both minor and major is always a perfect fifth. So that's why power chords work well in rock and roll, because you're not really saying I'm major or minor. All that works. But if we were to make it major or minor, we'd have to do something this is actually dominant. So I did that for each one. So I know C major is C, it's major, so I'm going to learn both shapes. D is minor because it's the 2. So I learned both shapes. So this is major. This is actually a 9 chord, D minor 9, but it has the 3rd, 7th, and 9 in it. And then when I do it with this shape, typical shape, that's just D minor 7. And I do the same thing, E major, or E minor. This is just E minor 7 because I have this, but if I wanted to make it a 9 chord, then I'd have to do this and add in the A. I did the same thing with F. Your 4 is always major the same way that 1 is, so all those hand shapes for the 1 apply, so you can do F major 7 here. You can do it like this. You can do it like this. And I just went chord by chord and learned all these different voicings and then just practiced it. I'll show you my my back's kind of hurting. I'll show you the practice warm up that I do to really get all these chords underneath my hand next. But then G, your 5 in any given key is an interesting chord. It's technically dominant. So what dominant means is we need to talk about intervals for a second. In a major key, you have a 1, a major third, a major 5, and a major 7. So in C, that's C, E, G, B, C. If I wanted to make that a dominant chord, then the only thing I flatten is the 7. So instead of a B natural, it'll be a B flat, and it sounds like this. It's the Hendrix chord. What's up, man? Talking nerdy real quick. So you just gotta learn the shapes, and the shapes are like this, with the 5 and 7, or with the 3 and 7. Oh, thank you, me too, I just got it. It's a graduation gift. Then we know A minor, or we can add the end of the ninth. B diminished, so that means we're gonna have a flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. And then, back to C major. So let me show you the exercise, because that right there will take you some time. So like if you've never done that before, that right there is like a whole session that you're gonna be sitting there. Let me get my stool. So you'd be working on that for a minute, right? So once you get underneath your hand, here's like the exercise that goes with it. So I would pull up a metronome, and everything's gonna get 4 beats. So we're gonna go C major, and I make my students do this. This is what is this technically? C major 7 at 9 with the third voicing, because I guess otherwise you'd have to do like, yeah, we're getting really nerdy. Yeah, the best thing you can do is write it out on paper. I make my students do this. I think I did it recently. Where's that notebook? And I'll show you exactly how I would write this out. And it's in my ebook. I'll send you my ebook. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is what. And then my student comes to me for music production too. So I make her. I'm making her program this with MIDI. All right, here's how I would do this, bro. Write out C major, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And I have engineering handwriting, so it's not the best. And then write out your intervals. So this is your 3, your 5, and your 7. And then write it out this way, so C, A, G, B, you know? And then fill out this chart for as long as you can. And do it in every key. Start off in C major, stay in C. Like, I believe, what I believe and what I teach from, well, I'm already starting to put wear on this. That's how you know I've been playing this guitar a lot. And it's a satin finish, so it's absorbing my finger sweat. I believe in mastering one key first. So I wouldn't move out of C major for a long time. I would sit in C major for months and really understand it, because if you understand one key well, you understand all the rest of the keys. You just got to have the experience that you do in C in them, you know, because I can do the same thing in any given key because all the intervals are the same. And guitar is a game of patterns, right? You guys probably already know this, but it's like this chord shape. Boston! Sorry, we've got lightning happening, so now we're barking because we're scared of it. Dude, it's looking pretty dark. I might have to get off here in a second. But if you take this hand shape and you master these hand shapes, you can just move them around. So like I can do everything in C major, but watch, I'm gonna keep everything a major chord. So now it's C major 7, D major 7, D major. Right? Because it's just a pattern. That's at least how I think of it. Kind of like when we were a kid, we had like those cameras that you could click and then it shows you like a different scene. That's how I think about these chord shapes. And I'm just moving that scene around. It's like I take that same hand shape and just move it up and down. and I learned it for both like the A string, because I've kind of got two rules. Anytime I'm playing lead, I try to avoid the A and the E string, but when I play chords, my root is always on either the A or the E string. Now sometimes that'll change, like I could just go. There's definitely stuff to learn on the upper strings, but while you're learning, just focus on the E and the A strings. So now we can do these chord shapes, or you can do. So they give you different tastes. Like Preston, since you play a lot of Chan, Mario tends to stay down here in these chord shapes. Like in Perfect Pillow, all that is that he's opening up with is a G major 7. You could also do it up here. And typically what I'm seeing, I haven't learned a lot of Eric's parts, but I was starting to. Typically, Mario is staying down here, like from this up, and then you really don't see him do chord shapes past the 7th position. At least I haven't yet. But you'll see Eric stays in the upper registers, doing a lot of the same shapes or different voicings of it, because that's the whole other thing. Is like once you start learning this stuff, then the next thing is learning intervals. Then you can really start crafting really complex things. Yeah, I've been studying his music, dog. These are things like when I'm learning the song, and you'll see like especially once you attend Full Sail. Full Sail is like, Boston, calm down. Sorry, he was being aggressive, my other dog. Full Sail has changed the way that I think about guitar music, because it's like I understand, like, what you're gonna learn, Preston, is, and you already know this, but you're gonna get a greater appreciation for it when you do go to Full Sail. Music is a language, right? So we have to study it as a language, and I think when you do that, like our conversation earlier about how I'm planning a, you have, yeah. But when I was talking about planning an experience or planning a show, the hardest part was figuring out the emotions that I wanted to convey and how I wanted my audience to feel. Now that I have those emotions, it's like I already have the vocabulary to put those paragraphs together, or those experiences together. Because I know, like, oh, if I want people to feel upbeat and happy, then I know that I need to stay in a major key. Okay, well then that tells me I need to write in like a Mixolydian, Lydian, Ionian space. And now I can take this in different areas, because if you don't just have to stay diatonic. Like what you're going to learn is like your 4 and your 5 are really important in any given key. So I'll show you like an example. Going back to C major. C major's 1 is C. The 4 is F. And then the 5th is G. Right? This is why when I'm soloing in C major, depending on the chords that I'm playing in, I can play in D minor pentatonic. Or I can play in F major pentatonic. And that's just one position. Or I can do E minor pentatonic. Or G major pentatonic. The reason why those fit is because of the relation to the 1. It's a 4, which is F, and a 5, which is G. The more you know, I guess. But those can also be pivot chords. So if I wanted to stay happy, it may not make sense to go to a secondary dominant, which is a whole other conversation that we can have. But again, you really need to have a good, strong foundational understanding of your 4 and your 5 before we can talk about secondary dominants. But all this stuff opens up. So I wrote a song. There's a song on Spotify it was the first song I think I ever released, called The Sweetest of Dreams. It uses this idea, right? So it's really a 2-5-1 in C. And then I use that concept of pivoting into another key. So I pivot into the 4, so it goes to F major. When you study F major, F major's 4 is B flat. And now I looked at, okay, well, what are the common chords between F major and C, so I can pivot back into C. Okay, well, A minor is a good one. So I'm going to use A minor as a passing chord to sit on G minor. G minor is only relevant to F major, but guess what? A minor is a shared chord. So now I can go right back into C major just like this. Cool, man. There's a lot of people who can speak English really fluently but can't read it, and that's where you're at. Music theory is not. Music theory, I think a lot of guitar players have like a false understanding of what theory is, and they think that theory is gonna like limit their creativity. And all I'm gonna say, man, is that it's like it's honestly studying music theory is like studying grammar. Like I think of music as a language, and I use theory to understand that language. That's all it is. It's just a tool. So if I don't like, I know I teach guitar, and a lot of students get really scared by theory. They think that it's like, well, I would put it up there with mathematics. Mathematics is just as much of a language and studying the language as math as music theory is studying music. I just think that you need to find like if you're worried about it being difficult, find the right teacher, find the right book, find someone to make it make sense. Because it's not rocket science, but it's like studying grammar. Like still to this day, I'm like, wow, is this a preposition, object of the preposition? Is this? Do I have really good noun verb agreements? Am I ending on a prepositional phrase? Is this a compound sentence? Like all these things are very similar to music. It's like, am I ending on a weird note? And how is my phrasing on this? Is my phrasing coherent? Am I making sense here? Is the melody being supported or distracted by the harmony? Is the rhythm in agreement with the melody and also the harmony? Do I have counter melody happening? Am I getting a little, and then the cool thing is you can throw all this out the window with music because if it sounds good, it is good. You don't need theory to confirm that. So I see both sides of the coin, but I just want to encourage you that if you like music, don't discredit studying theory. Sorry, there's like an emergency truck outside my house. Bro, it's getting dark as fuck and it's starting to rain. It's I don't know. I'm under a tornado watch until 1. But my dogs are in here with me. They're chilling. Yeah, and that's the other thing too is you're Japanese. Konnichiwa, I believe is the correct salutation. But what you'll notice too is it makes learning songs when you know theory is like I can only speak to my experience, so I don't want to say that this is like what you'll experience. But for me, what I experience is I don't know if y'all can hear that, dude. It's really bad right now. Holy smokes! I saw lightning strike a tree at 4 o'clock this morning. But anyways, what started to happen to me when I did my journey is like I had all of this like technical ability, and it's still not where I am today. I'm the best guitar player I've ever been right now. I'm just really doing the work right now. But when I first started learning theory, I was playing songs. I was playing stuff like Highway Star by Deep Purple, a lot of Black Sabbath, a lot of Rush, some Led Zeppelin, like all this stuff, right? And then the next thing that happened is I started understanding theory, and I'm like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So when I'm playing Highway Star, and I'm going, I just started understanding what it was that I was playing, and then it just kind of it made me have like a deeper understanding of the song, which allowed me to take it in different directions with the band that I was in. Bro, it's pouring right now. It's crazy outside. I know y'all can't tell because I've got studio lighting now, but if I didn't have this on, like, let me show you how dark it is when I turn these off. You ready? This is one light on. If I turn off this other light, it would just be almost pitch black in here. It's crazy. I can't read Japanese, so I have no idea what you're saying. I don't know if there's a translate button like there is on TikTok. Let me see. No, TikTok has a translate button. I know, Boston. You're stressed. I might need to get off here and comfort you, huh? Well, let's just play some chill music. South Carolina. Oh, that means you get me then. Finding my people. I have a deep appreciation for the Japanese culture. I'm really obsessed with Japanese culture. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I appreciate your words. I appreciate you being here. I really enjoy the things that I've studied about Japanese culture. Um, Especially like I am a warrior. I got out of the Marine Corps, and even as a Marine, we studied the samurai, and so I have a great appreciation for Japanese warrior culture. Um, and I like the way that you guys think about things. Like a lot of the philosophy I study is Japanese philosophy. A lot of like Zen. I know Zen technically originates from India, but I learned about it coming from reading Japanese authors, and also like some of my most inspiring gear is Japanese. Like yes, this is a Japanese guitar or design, the Roland SP404, but also like the pens that I use and the inks that I use come from Japan. And I know that's not directly related to the Japanese people, but anyways, there's a lot in your culture that I really, really appreciate and resonate with. And I'd love to visit. My wife and I were talking about that. Because we have a ritual every night where we make tea and we have tea time. And it's like a whole thing that I do. Like I got my own little teapot with my own cups. And I go through the process that I've at least read about where like every cup of tea is supposed to have different like meaning. And I love that. I don't know if that's like super traditional or if that's actually like pop culture. But that's a hard chord shape to go back and forth between. That's why I'm practicing it, trying to get it down. That doesn't want to go there. I want to figure out where that wants to go. My buddy painted that. Isn't that so cool? He did all that by hand with acrylic paint. I've got the coolest friends, man. That actually might be a cool thing to do. I think that's actually where it wants to go. What if it was like... It could be kind of fast, like... It's like eerie quiet right now, where I'm at. You mind translating that for me? Right? And then, I'm gonna jump off here and get some field recordings. I want to record this thunderstorm and use it in a song. I don't know if y'all can hear it with this microphone in the room, but it's pretty gnarly. And I've got an idea for a song called Rain, and I want to get it on there. But I want to wait if you can give me a translation of what he said. That'd be sick. I hope you're following me, man. Make sure to subscribe, please. I got a lot of music coming, and I've got a lot of music to write. Chill, bro. We're about to go check it out. Dude, I'm gonna record some cool music today. What else do I have to go on? I've got students coming at 4. What time is it now? 11? Beautiful sound? Hell yeah. Well, I just finished I'm gonna go get some field recordings of this thunderstorm so I can use it in a song. So I'm gonna jump off here for now, but you can go back and watch this archive. It'll be posted in probably like 30 minutes or so. Alright, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back.